Apologies. I thought I was running live, and the whole time it's been sitting there doing nothing. My apologies. I'm sitting here wondering why it's not recording. So let's get this party started. I am so sorry. I'm sitting here running my mouth, and I realized I looked up and I said, it's not recording. So if you're out there, I was wondering why nobody had joined me. Let's go ahead and get started. I don't want to hold you up. So let's get your mini catalog out. And let's go and look at some pages of things that I want to point out to you that you might have missed. So open your catalog and let's go to page 6. I want to show you about the QR codes. QR codes are becoming extremely popular in the any business world, actually. So the nice things about this is have your cell phone over this. You'll see a web address pop up. Just go ahead and click that web address. It will take you directly to the page or the website or whatever information they want you to see, and then you'll be able to see, in this case, it will allow you to see the entire catalog online. Then if you move over here, here's one that you can look at all of our kits. Now our kits are great, so if you've got grandchildren or small children, or if you just want to have some friends come over and put kits together, this is a great way to have some fun, and you don't have to have a lot of supplies, or you don't even have to have any experience. Actually, this particular kit here is the Painted Wishes. I love this kit. It's really for beginner. Well, I don't want to say it's strictly for beginners because I'm using it, but they're a little less expensive. This kit here is $14. It makes 9 cards, but it comes with some dimensionals and glue dots if needed, and you just glue the stuff down or attach it as the instructions show you, and it makes some really cute cards. Then you can also look at other kits that we have. Stampin' Up! Is coming out every so many months. They're going to be adding additional kits every month or every 3 months, and some are all-inclusive that include the stamp and the ink. Some may only come with the stamp, and then you provide your own ink. So again, you can use the QR code here and go online and take a look at all of our kits to get an idea of what we have. And then you could have a little party at your house, have everybody purchase their own kits, or you could order them for everybody. They pick out what they want and then bring everybody together, and you just have fun. Everybody puts their kits together. So that's a nice way. Okay, the next thing we're going to do, we're going to move over to page 9. And this is the Be Mine, but I don't want to show you that. I want to show you number 3. It's this white, square white pillow box. This is a great thing to have on hand to be able to have little gifts that you want to give out. You can put candies in here. It is food safe. Earrings, a necklace, gift cards. You can put money, whatever it is. Use some ribbon. Have ribbon that you have on hand. Tie it around and dress it up, and you've got yourself a nice little gift. And these are number 3. They are $8, and you get 10 of these foldable boxes. So they come flat, and you just put them together. All right, now we're going to move over to page 11. And here is where I want you to look at this little mini sign. And that's to let you know that the dies in whatever stamp set that they're showing will fit in the mini stamp and cut and emboss machine. So anytime you see that little picture and it says mini, that means that these dies will go and you can use them in the smaller die cutting machine. So that's something that is pretty nifty, and I like that idea because I like using that one because it's a lot lighter and just not quite as bulky as the big one. All right, so now we're going to move on to page 15. And again, you're perusing this book and you come across this page. You're looking at all these beautiful cards on this side. Then you come over here and you see the beautiful paper. But this is the part that I want you to see right here. Number 3, it's our gold foiled flower card and envelopes. Now look at this. These are, the card bases are foil or gold flowers that they've embedded on there, and then your envelopes have all been die cut with this really pretty like a trellis type thing right there. Isn't that gorgeous? So there you've got cards in a card base, and all you need to do is write your cards out and address them and get them in the mail. So just remember, don't forget that this set's on page 15. These are nice to have on hand if you need something and you don't have anything made. You can throw something together pretty quickly. All right. And then the next thing we're going to do is we're going to flip over to page 18, and we are going to welcome back, for those of you that don't know, is our brayer. But the first thing I want to show you is the brayer is great for coloring, especially some of those large stamps that we've come out with now. You can use them to either color the stamp itself or any stamp, or you can place the paper on top of the stamp after you color it, and then place your paper on top of it, and then use the brayer to give it the pressure that's needed to transfer that ink from the rubber stamp to your paper. Now, the other thing on this is these hybrid embossing folders. These, and the reason that they're $39, this one's $39, is that this here, you can run it through the die cut machine and it will emboss the image, but you can also then take the dies from the bundle, put the dies in here, and it will actually emboss the image and then cut out the hearts in this particular case. And the same on this one. This one, you could take your brayer and on the side that has the, I'm talking about the embossing folder, on the side that has the logo, ink up that side with your brayer, run it through with the dies, and it's going to cut out the lettering or the wording, and then you've got it already cut out and colored. So that's something to keep in mind. That's really, this brayer we used to have, and it's a really great tool to have on hand, especially if you've got large dies. You can create background colors with this. You can do all sorts of things, okay? So I wanted to point that out to you as well. All right, now we're going to move over to 19. Oh, I'm on 19. It just gives you some tips here, what I just went over with you guys. All right, now we're going to go over to page 23. And this one you've probably overlooked because of these beautiful cards on the left-hand page, beautiful paper right here. But I'm going to point out these paper butterfly accents. They are $8 and you get 40 pieces. So you get, there's 5 different shapes or different designs of the butterfly. So you'll get 8 pieces of each design. And being that they're white, you can use your brayer and color them. You can color them with your Stampin' Blends or your blending pens, your alcohol markers. So keep that in mind. That's something that's probably going to be overlooked because we're all oohing and awing over all this other stuff there. So page 23 has the paper butterfly accents, which $8 gets you 40 pieces. All right. So that's page 23. Now we're going to move over to page 29. And I'm going to show you how you can do a little stepping up on a card. So you can make a basic card here. So they took this stamp set of blueberries and they stamped it on a smaller piece of basic white. And then they lightly watercolored using a water painter, dipped a little bit of color in it, and they colored the blueberries kind of a light color and then a little light on the shading of the leaves. And then attach that to a piece of, it looks like a Tahitian tide. Very simple, easy card. Then you want to step it up a notch. You can go to this one. And then this one looks like a Night of Navy. And they've stamped the image of the leaves all around the edges so that you've got some border there. And then again, they've cut the Tahitian tide down a little bit, the same size as your white. And then you just turn it at an angle. And then here they've used the aqua painter or the watercolor painter and made these a lot darker, or you can use your blends. They also have the blending brush there, and then made these a lot darker so it comes out and really pops on the paper. So that's the second thing that you could do, and then they've added a little few dimensionals there. And then the third one, they've really dressed it up by adding a piece of designer paper, a smaller piece. Then they've stamped and colored and then fussy cut out these images. They've done a circle. Looks like they might have used the paper piercer and just pierced holes all the way around. That could be a die, I'm not sure. And then popped that up on dimensionals, most likely, added some ribbon, and then made up another card. Isn't that beautiful? So you can take this and walk it through by stepping it up just by doing a couple of different things. So just wanted to point that out to you. All right, in case you want to do that yourself as well. All right, so now we're going to move over to page 31. And this is the our spritzer. This is a spritzer where you can get a watercolor effect. So you can ink up your stamp and spritz a little bit of water on it and then stamp that down on watercolor paper, and it gives you that watercolor effect. It's a really great tool to have on hand. They are, let me tell you where they are in the catalog. Hang on a minute. Where's my spritzer? The spritzer is, I think you get 2 of them for, it's not that much. Hang on a minute. Let me find it. Hold on. I'm looking. I think it's over on this page. Yep. Our spritzers, where are you? Number 9. Okay, the Stampin' Up! Spritzers are $4, and you get 2 spritzers, and you can fill them with water, or you can do rubbing alcohol, depending on what it is that you're trying to create. So $4, you get 2 of the spritzers, and there's all sorts of things you can do with the spritzer. So you can use it on background paper. You could use your brayer and color, and then do a little spritzing, and then your the ink's gonna run a little bit. Then you can just set it off to the side and dry. So there's all sorts of things that you can do. So keep that in mind. That's something else that, you know, you're looking at the left on page 30, you're looking at the cake pieces and these beautiful cards that, you know, they're making here. And then you're looking at all this stuff here, and you don't even see this guy because he kind of blends in with the page. So I wanted to make sure that I point that out for you all as well. All right, then we're going to move on to page 34. And this is a fun thing, this hot air balloon stamp set, and you can do this with any dies. You can take a piece of designer paper or cardstock. In this case, they did designer paper, and they just cut the die, one of the balloons out, probably this one, made a hole, and then we can make a shaker card. So what you'll do is you'll cut a piece of window sheet, and you'll make it larger than the hole. And you want to glue that down flat. You're going to reverse the paper, obviously, because you're going to do this on the back. And you want to glue that paper down. If you have an embossing buddy, I would recommend that you emboss the white, your window sheet, and that kind of takes the static off. So when you put your little embellishments in there, they're not clinging and sticking to everybody, okay? Then you'll fill up whatever you want to put in here to shake around, not fill, but you want to leave room for it to move. And then you're going to use, I would probably recommend foam or foam strips. You're going to cut like a square bigger than that hole, but you want to be able to cover it all. Use our foam strips, so you want to make sure everything is covered, including the strips are going to be butted up next to each other because you don't want any of those things to fall out, okay? So you're going to put strips, the foam strips, and then you're going to take that piece of cardstock, most likely, and attach it to the back. And then you, after you've filled it with your items that you're going to shake, and then you've got your shaker card, and then you can go ahead and finish decorating. And you can use any shape of punch or whatever that you have. That's not a problem at all. And the foam strips are on page 138 in the catalog, and they are, let's see, foam strips are $8, and you get 6 sheets of 4.5 by 4 and 5/16. That's page 138. So $8. Those things last, I mean, depending on how much you use foam strips, they will last a long time. So that's something just to keep in mind too, that you can make shaker cards out of any kind of a punch item that you have. Okay, and just to let you know, I've started a crafty club, monthly crafty club, and this month you have until June to sign up. June 15th. Lord, I'm already in June. It's only January. January 15th. We're going to be using this stamp set, and my crafty club I'll send you a kit that's going to have materials to make three cards, 2 of each design, so you'll get a total of 6 cards. If you want more information on that and the cost, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to send you the link. Just thought I'd throw that one in there. Okay, so now we're going to jump over to page 38. Oh, I love these. These masks right here, the decorative mask. This is the Enduring Beauty decorative mask. And if I'm not mistaken, I used this several months back. I absolutely love these masks. If you're just starting out, this is a great way to stamp because they have notches in them, which you probably can't see. But if you look closely in your book, they have little notches and the sheets are numbered. So it tells you how this one you'd color, then you'd stack this one on top, and then you'd color that, and so on. And by doing that, then you're able to make something that comes out like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Of course, you need to have a blending brush. But they're numbered and layerings are not. So it guides you for easy alignment. So you're going to always be lined up. And here you can take and use part of it if you want. For instance, let's just say you want to have, these little leafy things and these little flowers, and then you're going to stamp something in between. So you could do that as well. So that's something to keep in mind. And they're only $10.50. So it's a really inexpensive item that you want to have in your craft supplies. Okay, now let's move over to 41. Now, I would have not seen these. If you don't read here, you're not going to know what this is. But these are cork circles. So over on the right-hand side of page 41, look at number 4, adhesive-backed cork rounds. These are the cork rounds. I would have never known that until I read this. So that's going to be awesome. In addition to the faux leather trim, you can make some really nice masculine cards. And then the little mini cut machine right there is a symbol. So that's telling us that these guys will fit in our mini emboss and stamp cut machine. So there you go. You could use some of this paper to make some masculine cards on, you got these cork, goodness gracious, whoever came up with that idea. So I'm looking forward to trying some of that. That'd be really nice. So I wanted to point that out because I was afraid that was something that you wouldn't have seen. And here on page 40 gives you some ideas. Here they've taken a little binder book and they've dressed it up and then added the little faux trim to just give it, kind of a rustic look, I guess. But I think I really like that. So, okay. So just keep that in mind. On 41, we have round cork circles. All right, now we're going to move over to page 43. And again, we're looking at all these beautiful flowers that are die cut out. Again, there's some more of that faux trim right here on page 42. Here it is on 43. And look what they did. They tied a knot and then they weaved it through. Isn't that clever? But the one thing you're probably going to miss is right here. Some of our dies will cut the images out of the designer paper that coordinates. So keep that in mind. So this set here actually will cut out some of the small flowers. So keep that in mind. Some of the leaves will cut out, like this one will cut this one. And of course you've got some of the others. So just be aware that's probably something you might not have paid attention to where my finger is. I'll get back in the camera. So right there. Make a note of that. All right, so now we're going to jump over to page 44, and this is one of my favorite things is the Memories and More. Years ago, we partnered with Project Life, and they created these card sets like this. They are absolutely stunning, and what it is, it allows you to do pocket scrapbooking. So we sell books with the pocket pages that you can use. And the Memory More kits, card kits, come 50 double-sided designs, and they're in 3x4, and then they also carry the 4x6 size. So this would be your 3x4 right here, and this most likely is like a 4x6. You'll get stickers and such in here. And the nice thing that, let me show you the book for the catalog. Hang on a minute. Let me show you the pockets. 135. Page 135 in the annual catalog. I just want to point this out to you. Here is the book for your pocket scrapbooking. And then you get to order a variety of page protectors, which have your 3x4 squares in different ways. They've got them designed, and then there's a full page. So there's a lot of great things that you can do with the pocket scrapbooking. But leave it to us card makers. What do you think we do? We're going to turn them into cards. So Stampin' Up! Saw that and went, well, shoot, if they're going to do that, then we're going to provide them with cards and envelopes that match. So they have put together, in this case, the Sweet Thoughts, Memories, and More cards and envelopes. So now we have card bases on envelopes that coordinate with the Memory and More pack. And here's the best thing. These are $10 for the card pack. You're going to have a lot left over. And then these are $10, and you get 20 cards and 20 envelopes. So for $20, you can make 20 plus cards, because you'll have a lot more material up here left over than you do down here. So that's something to keep in mind. I thought that was I just love these things. They're just easy to put together and make scrapbooking pages, or just to create cards, whichever you prefer. And that's page 44. And then for nostalgic sake, I just thought we'd flip over to page 45 and show this telephone. Now, for the younger people, when I grew up, we had phones on the wall, and then they went to this type, and ours was a black phone. I think everybody had a black phone, and it had the little coil, you know, the little black rubber coil thingy that hooked to the phone, so the handle, and this is what you'd pick up when the phone rang to answer it, and you dialed by sticking, these were all numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 0, and then you would stick your finger in the hole and you'd roll the dial to this thing right here, which would be a stopper, and that's how you dialed your phone. So just thought I'd share that with you. But I thought this was cute for $19. You fussy cut out your phone. There's some cute things that you can do with that. And they also have, you know, in the curly, sticking with that curly, the hey, hello, ring, and all that stuff. So I thought that was really cute. Just thought I'd throw that one in there. Okay, now we're going to move on to page 47. Again, we're looking at these beautiful, the brayer. Now, here's the doggone friendly set that I did last week in my class, my Tuesday Facebook Live. This would be perfect for the brayer. This stamp set here would be perfect if you all wanted one color. This one I did do one color, but I inked it myself and did all that. But this is where the brayer would come in handy for that. But the thing that I wanted to show you is on page 47. It's the mini alphabet dies. Now, there's it's $31. I'm not sure how many dies. It doesn't tell you how many dies you get. But you get all these dies, some duplicate letters that are used more often, like the A, the H, the L's, the S, the R, the T's, and N's. So those are used more often. But this is nice to be able to personalize. Like here they did Max. So if you want to personalize a card for somebody, these would be perfect to have. And again, it's got the little mini machine, so that shows us that it is going to be that you can use it through the small embossing cut and Stampin' Cut emboss machine. And then one thing I just wanted to throw this out there is, you may not pay attention if you don't read through this, but the Planted Paradise, if you see this symbol right here with the 2 flowers, that means it says reversible. These stamps are reversible. So what that means is, one side of the image, you stamp it down, it comes up plain. Then you flip it over, clean it off, flip it over, re-ink it, stamp it again, and then it gives you the image for whatever it is. In this case, the veins to the leaf. So you can see the pot, and the pot's got lines, and so forth and so on through all of these. So this is a really neat, you're getting 2 for 1. So the reversible stamps are right handy. You can flip them over, re-stamp, and then look at the beautiful cards that you can make just by flipping it over and re-inking the back side of that card. So that's something else I wanted to point out to you all as well. All right, now we're going to move on to page 59. We're going to talk about our Take Your Pick tool. The Take Your Pick tool came out several years ago. I'm going to, I didn't write that down. Hang on one second. Oh yeah, I did. I've got it right here. Now, the Take Your Pick tool, here is where they're talking about the new hobby blade that they've come out with, which is a little knife. If you look up here, it tells you, it tells you right there what page it's on. It's on page 145. And it's got various options let me pull this down, various options for the Take Your Pick tool. So I want to show you on page 145 of what you get. So if you purchase just the basic Take Your Pick tool, you're going to receive right here, you're going to get the stylus, what they call. You're going to have a 2 changeable end tips. You're going to have a paper piercer, a mini spatula, and then you're going to have 2 stylus that has a large and a small ball so you can do your scoring. And then you're going to have the tacky putty thing that allows you to pick up your embellishments or pieces of paper that you can't grab. So that's in the take your pick tool, the set that has most of what you need. That's $11. Then they have the refills for the putty, because you'll go through those like nothing. There are 2 that come in a set, and it's $4 for the putty. And then if you want to add on what they call the crafter tools, that's $21, and you get the little blade, and then you get the pokey tool. Now they're little, I call them pokey tools, where you can poke like holes in the paper and make a line, so it gives it a different type of decoration. And then you've got this item here that perforates the paper. So, you know, like when you tear off a coupon, that's what it will do if you want it to do that. Or you can just do a little, just to give it some more dimension. So that's on page 145 of the annual catalog. So again, you probably wouldn't have paid attention to that. You would have just looked at the beautiful beachy thing, or you would have went over here and looked at this beautiful cliffs by the ocean and not paid attention to the take your pick tool right there. So I wanted to point that out to you as well. All right, now we're going to go over to page 61. Again, you're going to look at all this pretty stuff. This is what I want to talk about here is champagne iridescent dots. There's 600 loose pieces of these dots. And now this would be great to use in that shaker card that we talked about earlier. So you can pour some of these in there, and then you've got some really pretty shaker items that you can use, or you can add adhesive to the back, like a mini glue dot or a dot of glue, and attach these to your card. So you get 600 pieces for $8. That's a lot of little pieces, let me tell you. Okay, and then we're on page 61. So now we're going to move over to 63, and this is talking about our blending brushes, but we've now come out with a storage holder for the brushes. Everybody, when we got those, we're all trying to figure out how we're going to store our brushes, and there you go. And let me pull that up for you, because that is on page, let me see, 124 in the annual catalog. So hold on a second, let me get to 124 so you can see it. The blending brushes, in my opinion, are a must-have in your craft room. We have the large ones, and we do have the small ones, and you can see them right there. And the idea with the brushes, you can not only, you can emboss something, and then you could blend, use your brush and color part of that raised panel. Or you can take a stamp set like this, the red rubber, and you can add one color ink at the top and then a different color towards the bottom. So this could be like greens or beige or whatever you want your forest to look like. And then this could be a darker color for the reflection or a shadow. So those are some nice ways. Now this is what the storage kit looks like. It's $16, and it holds 9 of our blending brushes, but it's a nice way. It sits flat on the desk, and it will hold the large or the small. Okay, so that's page 124, and that's our storage tool for our blending brushes. And those, in my opinion, are a must-have in your craft room. Okay, now we're going to move all the way over to page 79, and we're going to look at a party. Well, they call it a party. It's not really a party. It's our hostess benefits. If you did, let's say you got your family together and you have everybody order a kit, and you want to have everybody get together and make kits, you could place the order for everybody's supplies. They pick out what they want, tell you what they want you to get for them, and then you're going to earn additional free product depending on what you have in sales. So, for instance, let me see if I can go. There we go. If you order comes to $150, then you're going to get $15 in Stampin' Rewards. It's 10%. If you happen to order $300, then you're going to get 12%, which is about $36 if I'm not mistaken. If you're lucky and you have a large people ordering a bunch of stuff and you got $450, you're going to get 14% in free product. And then if you have, and then in addition to that, you'll also receive 50% off one item. So my thought would be to get the most expensive item, which if you don't have the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine or the whole set of markers, I would get one of those, and then you only pay half price for it. So that's if you keep that in mind. If you have, again, if you have friends over and you'd want to do a kit and everybody get together, then that would help you. And if you get that way, then you can use those monies to get some free stuff. All right, and then last but not least, on page 80, you can join Stampin' Up. Now that doesn't mean, and you can click this QR code here and it gives you more information. Doesn't mean you have to teach classes, doesn't mean you have to hold parties. You can join in what we call to be a happy stamper or a discount shopper, and you get a 20% discount. So I would love to have you join my Crafty Girls team. If you were to join this month, then you would have until June where you would receive your 20% discount on future purchases. So by joining, you get to select $125 in product. And we have a special going this month, and I'll go over that with you in our celebration catalog. You have the option, let me get to that page. So for $99 and sales tax, so let's just say $105, depending on what your sales tax is in your state. You have the option, you get to choose $125 in product, okay, for $99, plus you can choose this Craft Mat Studio here, which is a glass mat. Comes with this rubber type contraption that holds ink pads, lets you do like watercoloring or blending, and then it comes with a large chamois. That's a $60 value. You can choose that for free, or if you don't want that, then you can add additional $30. So instead of choosing $125 in product, then you get to get $155 in product, and for $99 or $105, let's say, with your sales tax, give or take. So that's something you can do. Now, what happens when the end of January, February, March, April, May, June, when the end of June comes around, if you haven't sold or purchased $300, and you can do that in increments of $5, $50, $100, as long as you hit 300 at the end of a quarter, then you would stay what we call active. If you don't, then you just go back being a customer and you don't get 20% discount anymore. And you won't be on my team. So give some thought to that. If it's something that you're interested in or you have a long shopping list, then I would highly encourage you to join my team. Love to have you. And if you want some more information, reach out and I'll be more than happy to share that with you as well. Now, so we're in celebration, and of course you've got your celebration book, and you'll find this information in the back of that as far as the joining offer, and that would run through February 29th. So in case you didn't know that this is a leap year. All right, and then of course these are all your free products that you get. So I hope you've enjoyed this walk through the catalog. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope I was able to share some information that you did not happen to see, and hopefully you saw some other items that you might want to purchase. So thank you again for taking the time to watch. I greatly appreciate it. If you have any questions, reach out to me. You can message me, email me, whatever. And I hope you enjoy perusing through the mini catalog. And make sure when you go to my online store that you are shopping with Dawn Duvall, and I'm in Fort Myers, Florida. All right.